and have you look at some information here in just a second. It comes up on my screen. Make it a little bit larger so you can read it. This is some information that was a story that came from the Wall Street Journal. Note that it was actually published on January 24th, 2013. This was more than 2 years old, coming up now, coming up on the 2-year anniversary of it. And what it was it's an 11,000 member survey of CPAs and IRS enrolled agents and accredited tax professionals from across the country and what they charged. Now look at what's highlighted here. According to the survey, the average cost to prepare an itemized Form 1040 with a Schedule A for itemized deductions, that means generally if you own a house, you take medical deductions or those kinds of things, and a singular state tax return, this was 2 years ago, is $246 a year. The average rate for a return without itemized deductions is lower. Yep, you would expect it to be. What is it? $143 a year. 2 years ago. Now, let's look at some other stunning information that we get from this professional survey. If you have a Schedule C, and it means you run a business and you need to have a Schedule C as a part of your tax return, just the Schedule C portion, that form by itself, on average nationwide, $205 a year. Just for that form by itself. You can see it and clear as day there for you. Here's a real stunner. If you had a partnership return, meaning you had to do a Form 1065, you know what the average national fee for that is? Look at that, $556. And those of you and many of you have stock accounts where the gains and losses need to be tracked for the Internal Revenue Service. Some of you have multiple stock accounts. Look at the national average price from 2 years ago for just filling out Schedule D, which is the form tracking those stocks. It's $134 just for that form. The vast majority of my clients that are individual clients don't pay me $134, which is the price of one form in your tax return. Now, they did some more solid definitions in terms of Midwest here, so I've highlighted that for you. In the survey, they call it the West North Central area, which included Iowa, Kansas, Minnesota, Missouri. You see them there. That's most of our original service area in the Midwest. And they say the average there came to $196 a year. That's for an itemized Form 1040 with a Schedule A and a singular state tax return. Keep in mind, most of you have more than one state. Most of you have 2, some 3 or more. And here's something stunning. The average fee to file an extension, $41. Although that figure rises to $80 if the information isn't submitted at least 15 days ahead of the filing deadline. Notice something here. 15 days ahead of the filing deadline, if it's on April 15th, is April 1st. Okay, notice that professionally, most professionals besides TaxSavers charge $80 to file an extension if it's done in the month of April. That's more than the entire cost of us completing your tax return. Now do you see what a sincere cost advantage TaxSavers has been for you? Many of our clients, unfortunately, because of our price points, take advantage of the fact that our prices are low. And in some cases, we get kind of cornered into the thought process that, well, I'm not paying them a whole bunch of money, so they're